good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with the Times from Dr. News. News running around the universe. It may or may not affect you on some deep emotional level. It will make you excite you. It'll drive you nuts to the point that your eyeballs will pop out of your skull, revolve around your head like the moon does the earth, and then settle back into place, and you go in amazement. Okay, a lot of weird stuff going on this weekend. You know, for once, I'm excited. I'm really, oh my God, my chest is a heaving. Parts of me are heaving with it. And just want to thank my friend Beefhead, because he went out to the BBC Radio 2, hall this week, when, Jodie Whittaker was there, and he picked up these for me and Minnesota Gallifreyan, autographed photos from Jodie Whittaker. And I just can't thank him enough for that. That was just, the fact that he, took his time out, along with his daughter and all that, and then got these for us. So like I said, I'm just really excited. My nipples are hard, my ears are ringing, and my nose is a-tingling with the happiness. Oh, my God. And no, this one will definitely not wind up on eBay. And we're going to go back to that in a second, okay? There's a reason why I'm going into that. Because, okay, here's some videos of that event if you want to go watch them. I'm going to leave you a link to this one. But if you go here, you can click on the other two. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 there. The thing is, there was a lot of behavior in these videos that, really, really made me ashamed to be a fan. Sadly, a lot of it was, actually, most of the stuff was being caused by what were obviously autograph dealers. I'm not kidding. Watch at some of the faces. Look at some of the guys who are standing there. They're holding a thing of photos this thick. Come on, be realistic. Now, when you're a fan and all that, and you're going out to get, an autograph, what's the most things you'll carry? Maybe 1 or 2. Some of these guys look like they're carrying miniature phone books. And also, if you look at their faces, Jodie is trying to go through here and over to here and make sure everybody's got a signature and a selfie. And you'll see those jackasses, and some of them, trust me, they're so obvious they might as well have freaking red X's pointed on, painted on their foreheads. They might as well have T-shirts that are neon yellow saying, "Oh, look at me, I am a dealer, and I'm going to sell this autograph." It's just that obvious. So keep your eye on that. And also, like I said, there's some really bad behavior in their language, shoving and all that. It was almost like, let me see, here in America, a Black Friday sale, back in the day. That's what it reminded me of. Okay, you know how I know? Looky here. And also check the timing on some of these as to when they went up. And you'll also recognize a lot of these prints in the hands of a lot of those people who are in the back shoving, shoving fans because they were freaking dealers. And it just disgusts me. You know why? Because you wonder why you pay so much for autographs at conventions. This is why. Look at this, $103.80, and guess what? Oh, look, it just happened to go up Saturday or Sunday. Guess where they got that signed at? In other words, you might as well just bent over the fan in front of you and went to freaking town. All right, so it just, it just amazes me. Moving on. And how did this happen? I don't know, because that's not what was up there a minute ago. Okay. I must have accidentally clicked on a couple. All right, sorry about it. Let's get to the real stuff. Okay, new comics out this week, and that's probably Wednesday. That's 10th Doctor Year 3, number 8, and 11th Doctor Year 3, number 8. If you want to take a preview of them, boom, 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 here we are. There's the covers. There's also the first couple pages of said comic in case you want to take a look at it. All right, moving on. BBC Radio, here's a clip of Jodie, on the air, chats to Demott about her favorite doctors and explains why Clooney became the code word to help keep the news of her role top secret. And as she says right here, you can list these 13 actors, and none of us are similar at all. And I'm not kidding. That's, come on, that's pretty obvious, ain't it? Yet everybody, not everybody, but there's a bunch of people out there who are throwing a fit that a woman was picked as the doctor when, sure, all the previous doctors have been male. It's traditional that the doctor is male. Got some bad news for you. Traditions are meant to be broken. Ugh. I used to have a tradition too when I was a kid. I won't discuss with you. It was very disgusting. It involved me picking my nose. But you know what? I broke that tradition. Well, mostly. Okay, moving on. She's a work of art. New Doctor Jodie Whittaker is delighted. She's presented with a fan portrait. Reveals the Time Lord is her dream part. So this is her, getting the guy is showing her, showing her his artwork. He's showing her his major artwork. Okay, and she's gonna sign it, and he's getting a picture. As I said, though, there was a lot of stuff that happened that day that I was just not really. It's just a lot of bad behavior going on that day. And sadly, here's poor Jodie caught in it like a deer in headlights. I'm not kidding. Look at the reactions on her face, her PA's face, and all that in that video. So it's nice that she's taken. Matter of fact, this lady right here, she had some fun moments. So and it's really nice that she took the time out to spend with the fans. Especially well, a lot of people are going to go. She's just trying to warm them over because they know she's going to get kicked out. Oh man. So once again, it's just nice that we got a new doctor in there, and they're not, turning their back and walking away from the fans like certain previous modern doctors have. And you know who I'm talking about if you've met that person. Moving on. Okay, Peter Capaldi discusses filming his last scene. Basically, because I couldn't have wanted for a more moving and emotional end to my time as the doctor. But in a way, you've been practicing all your life to collapse on the floor of the TARDIS or whatever happens. And we had a whole way to do it, which was nice. And a lot of people go, "Oh my God, that's a spoiler!" Oh, yeah, sorry, but every other doctor in the history of the show has collapsed on the set or stood there and did the zonky, wonky special effects explosion thing. All right, moving on. Peter Capaldi says an actor playing the Doctor has a responsibility to fans. He goes, I think that there's clearly a responsibility, which is very easy to address because people don't really ask very much of you. They just like you to show up and smile at them and be nice. And actually, that's an incredibly pleasant place to be on the other side of that. And what happens is, as he's told people before, he knows what it's like to be a fan. He'd been watching Doctor Who since he was a child with William Hartnell starting up. And as he told someone before, I know what it's like to be on the other side of the rope because that was me so many years ago. So it was so very nice that, that he became the Doctor and all that, and sad that, his time's coming to an end. All right, Steve Moffat, who gives a shit? All right. All right. He reveals that there's a classic monster he wish he'd done more with, and that is the Autons. Sorry, you Brillo-headed shit. You clear out your desk and get out. All right. No. Your time is done. Don't you realize that? Your wife wants you to come home. And this is a nice article with the interview with Peter Davison. And like I said, he's one of the guys who got short-shrifted in this whole affair. It's sad that he left Twitter. I used to love reading his stuff there and all that. But he's basically talking about, his laid-back Guyanese father, it says here, and how he had a very female-oriented upbringing and the effect of the death of his sister, Shirley. So Britain wasn't as welcoming as it should have been for my father, he says. And it's a nice interview by Camilla Palmer, and I think you'll get it gives you a little more insight. So be sure to go check it out. That's why I threw it up here. Moving on. Doctor fans will be thrilled by latest star booking for Nottingham's MCon, and it is Pearl. It's the Pearl Mackie. Moving on. Catherine Tate's going to join David Tennant and the gang over in, sorry, my screen just went out. Wizard World Chicago. Oh, by John Barrowman. Barrowman! Okay, moving on. Okay, sadly, we lost Victor Pemberton, who's the guy who basically invented the sonic screwdriver. I'm not kidding, he did. Read into this. So it's sad that, he's passed and moved on. Also, one last minute add-on, Peter Capaldi and Pearl Mackie will be making a stop. In fact, they will be at New York Comic-Con. More details and all that down here. If you want details on New York Comic-Con, you're going to have to probably go to their website. So, it's nice that he's starting to hit all these places, before he heads out. Well, I got to get it going, folks. So take care. Ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your day. Sorry if it sounds like I'm a little out of it. It's just I literally came home from work and just went, boom. It was a long, long day at work. I feel like I drank, like when you're a kid and you drink a little too much of the cough syrup. Yeah. Oh, God, I'm wearing the wrong hat for this night. I'm going to start playing a banjo. Good night.